We're the only station committed to covering Colorado first. You can admit it, getting pulled over by law enforcement, it can be stressful. The flashing lights, the sirens, for many drivers, getting pulled over can be traumatizing.
Now imagine having an invisible disability like autism or deafness and seeing those flashing lights behind you. Scary. That's where the Blue Envelope program comes in. Drivers carry these blue envelopes with them in their vehicles. In them are tips for how to interact with law enforcement, as well as space to write in anything officials should know about them. Boulder police say they have already improved interactions between police and people during traffic stops. Your reporter in Boulder County, Sarah Horbakowitz, was the first to tell us about this program back in February. Tonight, Sarah has an update.
If you walk into Boulder Police Headquarters, you can pick up a blue envelope. It's a program that started back in January to help communication between officers and anyone they might pull over. All you have to do is walk up to the desk or email them to be one of the hundreds that have already picked one up.
So this is the blue envelope.
On the very first day Boulder Police started their blue envelope program, Lucia De Giovanni got in line.
I was pretty much terrified of a traffic stop. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and I just have debilitating anxiety.
Lucia also suffers from PTSD and other medical complications, making what can already be a stressful interaction with police that much harder.
I've had therapists that didn't know what to do with me, let alone a police officer. You know, if I start shaking, I knew how a very innocent situation could potentially turn very tense.
So she wrote everything down on the envelope. And a few months later, when someone vandalized her car, she handed it to the responding officer.
Immediately, his demeanor changed. And from almost like a, this authoritarian person, he became calm. He made me feel very comfortable.
Lucia became the very first person in Boulder to use the envelope, but more have followed. And Officer Caitlin Spinney has responded to many.
So we're trained to be prepared for every situation and to have scenarios going in our head on the way to every single call in every direction that it could go. And so I think the blue envelope really helps us kind of look at a situation that may feel like it needs to escalate. We see that envelope and we realize like maybe that's not the case. And allows us to really slow things down.
That can look like no lights and sirens, quickly seeing a need for a translator, or more patience.
A lot of the times we're going to calls based on just our dispatch notes, which are not always accurate. They're getting information from callers. Things get lost in translation. So to have concrete information available immediately to us, verified by that person, is huge.
And it's something police departments across the state and country have already reached out to BPD for advice on starting their own.
I know a lot of people who have depression, anxiety, or certain limitations can certainly benefit from it.
Reporting in Boulder, Sarah Horbakowitz, covering Colorado First.
Sarah is your reporter in Boulder and Broomfield counties. She's invested in her community and follows new updates closely. Sarah is a part of the Your Reporter team here at CBS News Colorado. If you have a story idea or an issue you want your reporter to dig into, just visit our website to send us a tip. We'd love to hear from you.